There's absolutely nothing new under the sun. A lot of the things that we interact and see, create, think about are all inspired by something else, because once we're born, we are influenced by the world, things, and art around us. Hello everyone, I'm OCDsaster, and this is OCDsaster Blue, my Sonic exclusive channel. Everything we do here is related to Sonic the Hedgehog, so if that sounds like something your speed, consider subscribing and checking out some other videos after this one. The Sonic franchise has inspired many other types of video games and video game companies. It's also been inspired from the Mario series, so it's safe to say that even Sonic isn't totally original. So when we have spin-off Sonic titles that take inspiration from other stuff, say like Temple Run for the mobile games, it's easy to think of other ideas that we can use to make Sonic games. Heck, in a previous video, I talked about how cool it would be to have a Sonic game that's like a rhythm game, where as you're running through a track, you have to hit things at the right tempo in order to keep momentum and get a high score. Today, I wanted to talk about a game that I've been seeing a lot recently from a studio called Landfall, and the game is called Haste. It's a roguelike runner where you're sprinting across a automatically generating map. The goal is to do tricks and jump off things and stick the landing without running into obstacles and losing health. In addition, there is a boss at the very end, and as you complete each stage, you get to choose which path you want to go on. Some are harder, some are easier, some are randomized, and then you will also get to stop at shops and get different items and stuff like that, such as a roguelike. And when you die all the way through, you go back to the beginning. There's this thing called the Void that's taking up the world behind you and it's chasing after you, and you have to outrun it in order to survive. All of this just has me thinking, wouldn't it be kind of crazy if we got a Sonic game like this? Or if we didn't get a Sonic game like this, it was a part of a level section that we could get at the end to make us feel like we're going super fast. Obviously, you would have to have your own spin on it to make it a little bit more original and have its own unique gimmick, such as collecting rings, maybe attacking enemies with a homing attack here and there as you're sprinting forward towards the end goal. Heck, it would even be interesting that the more you progress through the stage and collect rings and do well, the faster you go, which makes it a lot harder to react to certain obstacles and pathways, and that just overall makes the experience a little bit tougher as you progress. For those of you that don't know, I have a series on this channel called Sonic Forces Remake, where I talk about a hypothetical situation of how I would remake the Sonic game of Sonic Forces if I had the chance. And now seeing Haste and having these ideas, I'm kind of incorporating that into my level structure that I had ideally for that game. I haven't posted any more episodes for that because there hasn't seemed to be much interest in it, and I'm not going to waste my time. So go ahead and check out those videos and let me know in the comments if you actually enjoy that series, and I will keep going from there. But I was thinking of incorporating this to that idea where you have that adventure style section of the level where you're playing as Sonic, you're running through, you're attacking enemies, you're hitting switches, and then you might switch to a different character like Tails, fly around, hit some more switches, and then the third act of that level, it was going to be sort of like Sonic 06 but way more polished, where you go at higher boost speeds to get to the end of the stage. But now we can kind of take that section out and throw in this more haste-like mechanic in, which allows you to do more tricks and engage with the environment a little bit more. It would really be cool if they also did the randomly generated part at the end as well, where let's say you're in a beach level, it only takes the assets from that beach level in for this last section of the level, and as you're running it's just generating a track for you to go on. It's adding palm trees, sand, water, that kind of stuff to the map, because that's the aesthetic you're in that current level. And I'm not a video game programmer, so I don't know how they would actually do this, but they would make sure the length is still the same amount every time you replay it, but that also adds a new level of replayability every single time you play the stage, because at the very end, it's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. And this actually ties into another video I did about some problems people had with shadow generations and the replayability and speedrunning of all of that. So be sure to check out that video after this one. This being part of a Sonic Forces remake would make even more sense, because then you could have Infinite show up at the end of every level and chase you down with the Phantom Ruby, and you have to outrace him every single time, otherwise the level gets completely erased with his dimensional goobity gop. Different type of characters could have different styles in the stage, so Tails or other fly types might not be as fast as the speed types, but they're able to dodge and do tricks a little bit better, whereas Power type will be able to actually smash through certain obstacles if you time the landings correctly. This is all really cool things that could be implemented in this hypothetical game, not to mention having a really cool Sonic boss battle at the very end, and tying it back to the Sonic Forces remake. It could be Chaos or Shadow or Metal Sonic. Any of the Phantom Ruby clones of the enemies would be a nice little addition to this whole thing. What do you guys think? Do you like this idea? Have you played Haste? What do you think about it? If you haven't, does it look interesting to you now that I brought it up? Have you heard about it before? I would love to hear all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And like I said, I have plenty other Sonic videos here on the channel, so please feel free to check those out. And subscribe if you haven't already. It would mean so much to me. I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya.